Those who colour coordinate together are meant to be. Look how cute they are. Hello everyone, how are we doing? Welcome back to another episode of my Star Sign Legacy Challenge. This is episode 28. We're just here with Prim and Jacob, who have decided to spend their New Year's Day, or at least the first part of their New Year's Day, up here on the snowy slopes in Mount Carmel Abbey. The reason we are here is because, as you can probably see from the weather right now, it is actually not looking too great, so we are going to hope to get Prim's aspiration ticked off. And now I'm going to be completely honest with you all. I have tried countless times to try and get this ticked off in the thunder snow weather, and it's just not working. I've tried her skiing, snowboarding, and rock climbing, and even though she is doing it while it is thunder and lightning, as you can see, it is officially thunder and lightning. The game is not registering that it is thunder snow right now, even though it actually is. And her aspiration is just not ticking off. And I have tried this so many times. And as you can see, she just successfully did exactly what she needs to on the expert slope, high intensity, and it just didn't count. And I have tried so much. Okay, I've been trying so much. This is I don't even know how many times I've tried to record just this morning, because I've been trying so hard to get this done, and it's just not working. So I took to Twitter and I posted a poll to see if anyone thinks it would be unfair for me to manually tick off the aspiration, because we have done what we needed to do. We've done it, but the game is just not registering it, and an overwhelming majority, like 98%, said yes, you can definitely tick it off because it's a game bug. It's not that I'm actually cheating. So I am going to have to manually tick this off because we've been working so hard on getting this done, and you can hear the thunder, and you can see the lightning going off. And she is here, she's done her skiing, she is now doing a little bit of snowboarding, and then I'm going to have her do a bit of rock climbing as well. And once she has done all of those successfully, I will tick it off because look, she did it again. No mark. I can't understand why it's not working. So she is gonna head back to the top. I'm kind of letting Jacob do whatever he wants at the moment because this is for Prim's actual aspiration. But we are gonna do all three so that I can prove I have done absolutely everything I can to enable this aspiration complete. But this is the final thing she needs to do for the Aries generation, and then we've done everything, including the optional requirements. So I don't know, I think I've tried so hard to get this done, and I think it's only fair, and I hope you all agree as well. I mean, as I say, most people on Twitter agreed, so hopefully you will agree as well. But I think it's fair to do that. So we are going to come here, we're going to repair our climbing gear because it is technically broken. Hopefully repairing it will work, but if not, I guess we're just gonna, chance it. She's a pretty good climber, and I'm sure she'll be okay. But yeah, it is still pretty awful weather right now, so I mean, it could tick it off, but I really don't think it's gonna do it itself, so I'm gonna have to do it manually. There we go, we have repaired our climbing gear. Oh, but we can't put it on. Okay, fair enough, we might just have to buy new, but we probably won't do that, to be honest. She is just inspecting the climb and wall conditions, and then she is going to climb courageously, as this will be her final, big climb before we can tick off her aspiration. You saw the lightning, and she has just made it to the top. So again, it's not ticked off as it should have done. It definitely should have done. Each time it is proving itself by having the lightning go off, but it is just not registering. So she is going to climb back down, and once she gets to the bottom, I will have to manually select this and say she's finished, and then that is Prim done. And that kind of leads me onto the next thing I was going to say, which is Neve is obviously at home at the moment. She had a very late night last night, so she was getting a bit of extra rest. She had prom night. It was a little bit of a crazy night for her. She got home at like 4 a.m, so she has stayed home and sleeping. But we will go back and we will spend New Year's Day with her. We would have like a nice grand meal together. We'll all do our resolutions. But speaking of Neve, it is her birthday on Wednesday. So in this episode, we will be focusing on Sunday and Monday. Then in the next episode, it will be her birthday, which means that the next episode will be the final one of Generation 1, which is crazy. This is like the penultimate episode of season 1, which can't believe we've managed it. But here we go. We are going to tick it off. She has done all 3. She only needed to do 1, but she did all 3, and we're going to tick it off. And she has completed her milestone. She has finished her whole aspiration. She is officially an extreme sports enthusiast. She has managed to survive the toughest challenges Mount Komorebi could throw at her, learning quite a bit along the way. She has earned the survival instinct trait. These Sims will always escape wildlife attacks unscathed, manage to avoid injury from skiing, snowboarding, and rock climbing more often than other Sims, and have a natural resistance to inclement weather. Oh my gosh, we did it, Prim! You have officially finished everything that you need to do as the Aries Sim. I'm so proud. I'm so happy. And I really, really hope you all don't mind that I had to do that. But we did what we needed to. And yeah, I think we worked really, really hard on getting that done. But it is now midday, and I think it's time that, we return home to our daughter and spend a bit of time with her today. So we're back home now, and we're going to have all of the Sims make their resolutions. So for Neve, she has got a few that she could do. And it could be get a significant other, it could be better student, but I'm leaning more towards aspiration milestone because I feel like that is a combination of all of them. Well, maybe not better student, but like with significant other, of course, yes, she has been very, very focused on romance and finding someone to love her. This means like an official partner, and I don't know if she's ready for something like official. She just wants that sort of like security and knowledge that someone likes her back, and I feel like being able to go on those last 2 dates is what's going to do that for her. So I'm going to have that as her resolution. She is going to set that as hers. Prim over here, what can you do? So for Prim, obviously we can't do an aspiration milestone because we've just completed our aspiration. She's at the top of her career, so it's only raise a skill or write a book. And do you know what? I feel like we could maybe have her write a book. She could write a book on her like political life or her extreme sports and all her adventures and stuff. I think that could be quite fun. So look at these two celebrating over here. I love that. And last but not least is Jacob's turn, and I think for him he will want to get promoted in his career because he is doing really well. He is level 6. And I think he could get promoted if he works on his guitar skill a little bit. So that is their resolutions all done. And now I am going to have Neve come and make a grand meal. I'm going to do a ham dinner, and hopefully it will be better than the last time she tried to cook a grand meal. We might have her parents come and help her if she needs a little bit of assistance, but she's over here just whining about her unfair life at the moment. Prim is just having none of that. She's like, are you serious? We've given you literally everything you want. But she is just going to go, start this grand meal now. Give that a go. Is Vixen okay? She looks a little bit uncomfortable there. So Neve is still working pretty hard on her cooking. She might not always, be the best. She is a little bit clumsy with it all, but she is really enjoying it, and she is pretty inspired while she's doing it. So I think as she is getting older, she is thinking a little bit more about her future. And she is aging up in just 3 days. So she's thinking like, what could she actually do once she ages up? Is this something that she might want to explore? And she has always had sort of an interest in food, like from being a toddler when she played with her little like food truck outside and her little chef station, and as a child when she used to watch her dad cook, and then she went to the Spice Festival with her mum. And then as a teenager she has tried a good few times to work on her cooking, and she might not always be the best, but it's something she's always enjoyed. So she might be thinking, this is something I might want to do. I might want to go into cooking, but there's still quite a lot I need to learn. I'm not ready to be a chef, but it is something that I definitely would like to do. So she is thinking like, maybe I could go and actually study how to be a chef. Like at school they teach us all these things, but there's nothing ever to do with cooking. There's no like life skills or anything like that. And if I want to be a chef, I'm not going to learn that at school. So maybe I could, see if I could study this at further education, go to university and maybe study culinary arts. So she is just having to think about all this while she's cooking her grand meal all by herself, by the way. Her parents have not come to join her, so hopefully this is going to be all right. She is in a decent mood at least. As we have seen, she does mess up every now and then, and I think that's only natural because she's self-taught. So Prim, no, do not eat that. Your daughter's just cooked you a lovely meal. How is the quality of it? It is actually excellent quality, and she did it all by herself, and she is celebrating with a selfie. I love that. And she's like, oh yeah, I just made an excellent dinner. But she's gonna call her parents to the meal, and her mum's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to finally try it. But she has spent this meal like thinking about how much she does enjoy it, but she wants to get better. And as a Taurus, I think she is very, very focused, very kind of like, she knows what she wants. She's a little bit of a perfectionist, and she's not quite happy with, she's got high standards of herself. She's got high expectations, and she's like, I love this food. But obviously she did make mistakes while sorting it. I think she like mixed the bowl a bit too hard, and she's a bit messy. And she wants to, you know, work a little bit on her technique. So she is going to share her resolution with her parents, and just talk to them a little bit. And then she might also tell them about what she's been thinking about, you know, talk about her dreams of becoming a chef, and, you know, improving her actual like cooking skills. She's going to talk about cooking with her dad and say how this is something she's always been interested in, but she wants to get better at it. So they are probably going to suggest that she do a little bit of research and find out how she can get into this, because there aren't any like culinary schools in Mount Abbey, so she would have to like move away if she wants to study. And I think Neve wouldn't mind that. Like, she's not afraid of change. She's not afraid of doing anything like that, especially if it's to achieve her dreams. She would obviously miss her parents if she's got to move out, but she knows that she's going to have to move out eventually anyway. And if it's to do something and follow her dreams and do something that she loves, I don't think she would like mind so much. So I think now she has finished that, she is also going to come and do a little bit of baking. She's going to make some cookies. Because baking is something that she's never done. She's never done baking, she's just done cooking, and she's feeling really inspired, and she's thinking about her future, and she's like, well, if I'm going to go into cooking, I might as well try all the different types of cooking that there is. So she is having a little go at baking, see how she does. She'll probably be a little bit messy again, but she is still really, really enjoying herself, and she is so inspired right now. And she might decide that she actually prefers baking to cooking. We don't know at this stage. But she is still absolutely loving everything. And she is actually doing so well. I was expecting her to make a bit more of a mess like she normally does. But she has not made a mess at all. She is smelling a mixing bowl, which, I mean, that's just weird. But she's not made a mess, which, oh my, I'm impressed. She has officially gained the baking skill, and her cookies are in the oven. So I'm hoping they're good quality, considering the fact that she did a really, really, really good job. And she's in such a good mood. She is honestly loving this. She loved her kind of a big meal. Delicious, succulent, savoury, sweet, mouth-watering. How many more ways can Neve describe a meal so grand? She loves all of this stuff. She thinks it's fantastic food. And how were her cookies? They were excellent quality again. So I think she is, you know, she is thinking a little bit more about it. We might have a deep conversation with our parents and tell them, you know, this is something we are really thinking about doing. And they are suggesting that she looks a little bit more into it. So she might come upstairs. I might let her use the bathroom quickly first, and then she can come over here and maybe just do a little bit of research into different universities. While Neve is at home doing her research upstairs, the parents have decided they're going to head out on a walk, take the dogs out for a little bit, give them a little bit of attention, so that Neve can have the time to like really think and, you know, make her own choices, not feel influenced by her parents, you know, being around, making her feel like she has to do a certain thing, which they never would, but they don't want her to feel that way. So if she's got the house to herself, she can actually do all the research that she feels she wants to and needs to for her future. So she has actually found that there is a specific culinary school, but it is in San Myshuno. And I think, considering the fact she always enjoyed, you know, going to the city with her mum, and that's where the Spice Festival is, I feel like she would love this. And she's like, this is actually perfect. And she's found that she can get some scholarships. So because she lives quite far away in Mount Abbey, she can actually get a scholarship for that. And because she's already got some of those skills, she can actually apply for a food and drink scholarship. So she is just applying for some scholarships. She is going to apply for the Mount Abbey residence, because obviously she would have to move in order to go to university there, and then she is going to apply for the food and drink scholarship afterwards as well. She has got skills in all three areas, but they aren't actually super strong, so she is thinking, I might actually need to put in a little bit more work, at least into her cooking, if not the others as well. Layla is calling to have a chat. We can definitely have a chat with Layla. Maybe we'll fill her in on our plans and about how, how we are thinking about university. And now she's just noticed she's got a hang now. So she is going to have to go downstairs and do more cooking, which, I mean, I think that's okay, because she knows she needs to work on her skill a little bit more. I think she might come downstairs and make a raspberry pie when she's ready, It's kind of a mixture of cooking and baking. So she's like, maybe I can work on multiple skills at this point. But she is still, having a chat with her cousin at the moment. We might want to invite her over later. It's getting quite late, so we might just talk to her at school tomorrow about all of our plans. But she had a little bit of a chat with her on the phone, and once again, she is feeling pretty inspired, thinking about, everything that she keeps changing between tense and inspired. I love that. But yeah, she is, she's interested, and she is feeling really, really inspired about her future. She has a bit more of a plan with what she wants to do, and she knows how she's going to work towards it. And Neve being Neve and Neve being a Taurus, she's like, I'm not going to work towards it, I am going to achieve it. She knows she has got what it takes. She just wants to kind of perfect what she already knows. So the culinary scheme is actually part of the Bridechester University, but they do have a base in San Myshuno. So she knows that she will have to move to San Myshuno. So she is going to have to, do a little bit of research into the area as well. Find some roommates, because she, as much money as she does have, she wouldn't be able to afford, upkeep there. She'll have the initial payments for an apartment, but she would need to work a little bit harder on getting some more money in, because she won't be able to work full time. She'll probably have to get a part-time job. And if she can get roommates, then they will be able to help work towards some of the pay. So here we go. Here's her lovely pie that she's made. She's still feeling pretty tense. But what is the quality of the pie? Look at all her baked stuff on here. She's excellent pie. She's literally doing so well. And she's going to go take herself to do a bit of yoga, which I love that for her. She is going to try and calm herself down with a bit of yoga. The next thing that Neve needs to think about is who could she potentially, move in with, because, oh my gosh, she is not very good at yoga. That is literally me, though, to be fair. That is how I am. She is a little bit clumsy, isn't she? Not just with this, but with her cooking as well. I love it. But yeah, she is very, very high maintenance, and she has quite high standards. She knows what she likes, and everything. And I feel like I don't know how she would feel living with random strangers who, they could be messy, they could be loud, they could be annoying, and she has a very, very, I don't know, low threshold when it comes to things like that. She has stopped. She has decided she's going to go do some dancing. Fair enough. She's given up on her yoga. But she might, try and have a chat with some of her friends and see if any of them are thinking about university as well. To see if she could maybe, share a room, share an apartment with them. So considering her choice to, she actually does want to go to university, she is realising that yes, she is a good student, but she could do better, and she has the potential to get to an A grade, but she needs to work on her homework. So even though it is a little bit late, and Prim has just wet herself, that's embarrassing. We're gonna ignore that, just Prim's sake. Neve is gonna work on her homework and see if she can boost her grade just those last few days before she finishes school and graduates. Maybe we can get her to an A grade. Neve is awake this morning, and it looks like she's going to grab some eggs and toast for breakfast. She is in a really, really good mood because she had an excellent day yesterday. I love that for her. It's a little bit of a mess in the kitchen at the moment. So if we get time, we will clean up. But we do have school in about half an hour. The next thing she's going to think about is after school, she might see if Noel wants to, have a chat about their friendship and their relationship. Because obviously things got a little bit flirty at prom and after prom. Nothing happened, but they could both sense there was something going on between them. There was definitely a vibe, definitely a connection. So we need to see if that is something that, either of them want to explore. They are best friends and they don't want to risk their friendship, and I think that would come first. But it is definitely worth exploring if they could potentially have a possible romantic future. Neve has arrived at school. She has got a range of emotions right now, and one I found interesting is she's got a dazed emotion from feeling bewitched. Romantic feelings can sometimes leave a sim in an intoxicating daze as if under a spell. That is honestly so cute. But the bully is back again. I think we're gonna head inside so we are away from her. We don't want to deal with her anymore. We took out our anger on her before, and it looks like Noel's really sad right now. I hope he's okay. We're gonna come gonna have a chat with him, see if we can cheer him up a little bit, you know, see how he's doing. We'll have a bit of a banter with him, see if we can make him feel a little bit better. Oh, bless him. He's feeling confident. Now he's over here chatting with Neve, and look, he's feeling so much better, crushing on her. Oh, she makes him feel so good, and she is feeling pretty flirty as well. And he is talking about his love of dogs by the looks of it, because I saw a little dog up there. Oh, I love them together so much. I think we might discuss our interests with Noel. He's still crushing. It's just so cute, honestly. And I think we might also come and talk about cooking, and maybe, you know, tell him that we've done a little bit of research into our future, and we kind of have the idea of potentially going off to study culinary arts, and we're going to ask about his hobbies and skills as well, see if he's had a little bit of a think for him as well, because none of his traits actually suggest anything about what he might want to do in the future. So he's good insider, dog lover, and neat. So there's nothing really there that could suggest what he might like to do. So we might have to, you know, like do a little bit of investigating into some of his skills, into some of his talents, you know, see if there's something that he might like to do. But we are going to have a deep conversation with him, and we're going to say, did you see the little job with the cross through? She's like, I don't want to go into work yet. I definitely want to, you know, study, get better at my skills before I try and work. I want to perfect what I already know. And so I'm thinking of going to university. So we are going to have to, you know, see if that is something he's thought about as well. But it is actually time for us to head to class. So we are going to stop talking with Noel now and head off to class. She is feeling so confident. She is in such a good mood. I'm looking forward to their day after school. We also want to have a chat with our cousin Layla. We did speak to her briefly on the phone last night. So we want to give her a little bit more information about what we discussed, see if she's had a little bit of a think about her future as well. Class has finished, and we do have to be friendly with the students. So I think we're going to come and have a chat with Layla over here. Maybe, you know, start with our classic gossip as we like to do. Maybe gossip about things we saw happening at prom the other day, and then again talk to her about our cooking. I might see if we can come and have a chat out here so we're not just sat in the classroom. She's not overly hungry at the moment, so I'm not going to worry about her grabbing food. I do want to kind of prioritise our conversations with Layla. I've lost Layla. Where did she go? I was trying to have a conversation with her, but I literally can't see her. She stopped talking to us. Where has she gone? Oh, there she is. Okay, she was just hiding. So we are going to tell her about our idea and how we thought about, you know, applying to the culinary arts school in San Myshuno, and we're gonna try and live there. There'll be the Spice Festival going on, so we can do that. We just really want to like enhance our cooking skills before we think about going off to apply for a job. So we do need to find out what Layla's thoughts are as well. So we might ask her about her interests, see if there's anything that she might like to do, if she's thought about her future as well. We're going to rave about growing up as well. Be like, I can't wait to do all this. I'm so excited. Now start thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about it. And so Layla, she actually is an art lover. So I feel like she would definitely want to, you know, do something to do with art. Layla is the same age as us, but she's not really put any thought into it. And I don't know if that's like to do with her like goofball trait that she's got. But I feel like Neve has definitely thought about this a lot more. And I think maybe starting talking about this with Layla is making her think about it. And we might even suggest, you know, like, has she thought about going off to university? And she could always study art there. We know she's a really good artist. She's always enjoyed it. And at Brightchester, they do actually have a fine arts degree. And as I say, even though we will be living in San Myshuno, that's where our like culinary arts is based. It is part of the Brightchester University scheme. So we could still go to the same university, and there might be like an art scheme in San Myshuno that she could apply to, or she could like potentially commute. But we're going to propose the crazy scheme that, you know, maybe she could apply to university with us and maybe go to uni together. And I feel like Neve would absolutely love that because she doesn't like the idea of living with strangers. So having someone like her cousin live with her could be like something that is really, really good for her. And I feel like these two would just have so much fun going off to do that together. And Layla looks to be, you know, quite receptive to it, so she might go off and do her own like little bit of research, see if that's something she would like to do as well. She hasn't really put any thought into it at all until Neve said all this. But Neve is in such a good mood, thinking about all of her future and how everything is sort of lining together. And I think we are getting to the point where we can maybe get rid of her fear of failure. I think once she has gone on her dates and achieved her resolution, or she has received her university application back, whichever comes first, I think once we've got those, we will get rid of her fear of failure, because I can't work out how to get it off, get it automatically to tick off, so I might have to do it myself, but that's fine, that's okay. But yeah, we are going to come to our last class of the day. She's feeling very flirty. She's sitting behind Noel. She's probably going to, try her very hardest to focus on the class, but, she's sat behind the guy that she's crushing on, so we'll see how much she focuses. Class is now officially over. She is literally thinking about woohoo. Oh my gosh. But she has impressed her teachers and learned a lot today. Amazing. Oh, she could get her grade up tomorrow. That is amazing. I think we are actually going to come over here and maybe do a little bit of a flirt with Noel and see if he wants to go on that date we discussed. We did maybe discuss it at From and say, how do you feel about maybe going on a date together? And he probably did agree with it, but now we're at the point where we can officially ask him. She's come to sit next to him to be like, so do you remember the Prom night the other night? I had a lot of fun. Did you want to maybe follow up with what we spoke about and maybe spend some time just the two of us? And it looks like he has agreed. So we are going to go on a date back in our home world, and I can't decide if I want to go to the big Mount Conraby Park or the park near their home. And I'm kind of leaning towards the big one, because I feel like if we go to the one near their home, their parents could see them and they might, get a little bit suspicious. So if we come up here to this one, we're still close enough to home for them both. But also they're that little bit further away, so they don't have to worry about their parents catching them or anything. These two have arrived on their date, and at the moment they are just being a little bit friendly, a little bit flirty, nothing too crazy. But we are gonna, start with a couple of little flirts, maybe compliment his appearance. We like his jumper, it matches ours. Honestly, those who colour coordinate together are meant to be. Look how cute they are. I just also love the fact he just loves. We're going to compliment his outfit actually. And I just love the fact he loves the colour orange, and so do we. It's just perfect. But is there anything we could maybe do together? We could come and view the little shrine together over here. And there is, over here we can write a wish or take a selfie. There's just cute little things we can do. We can toss a coin in, but I think these two are going to come over and just view this at the moment. Oh, I thought, are they going to come all the way down? No, they're just going to view it from there. Fair enough. But it's still pretty cute. And do you remember when they came to the park together as children and they spent some time together here? I love their little friendship that has grown into something a little bit more. But we are gonna, again, just kind of talk about our cooking and see if he has thought any more about his future. And I think Noel is the sort to have really big dreams. So he is good. He wants to make a difference in the world. He wants to achieve big things. And so I think he does want to go to university, but at this stage he's not too sure what he wants to study. So that is something he is open to thinking about. He doesn't need to know exactly what he wants when he starts his degree, because he could start out and then go on and major in something afterwards and just test the fields a little bit. But he is definitely interested in university as well. So Neve at the moment is having a few different thoughts, and she's thinking, I've got a few people here that I could potentially go off to university with. She's got her cousin Layla, who she has suggested. And she's got her best friend Noel as well, oh my gosh, his mum's here. That is very awkward. But I mean, he would like to go to university. He's just not too sure what he wants to study. His other mum's here as well. Oh my gosh. I think, Noel, maybe we should come over to this side of the park, maybe away from your parents. We could come and sit in the little hut over here, but I can't believe they're both here, and they're both stood so close. They might be having a little bit of an argument as well, by the looks of it, but we're gonna, stop doing all of this for now as we go over there and try and maybe avoid them. The whole reason we came to this park was so that hopefully we can avoid our parents, walking in on us, but we are going to come over here and try and continue the conversation. So we've not got his parents watching us. At least our parents aren't here as well. That would be doubly awkward for their first little date. But yeah, I think I think things are going quite well with them, but we do need to find what his interests are. So at this stage, he is not too sure what he wants to study at uni, but he would like to study something, and that is the main thing that we've sort of learned. So Neve is thinking a little bit more, maybe they could all find a place together, you know, they could all live together. And I think that is something that she would really, really love. Her cousin and her best friend, who could eventually lead into something more, you know. At this stage, they are definitely not serious, and if they were to like move in together, they would have their own spaces. They wouldn't be like, you know, immediately jumping into a relationship. We're not going to kiss our date passionately. We're not ready for a kiss yet. They are just at the very, very, very early stages of their potential romance. This isn't a guarantee, but this is also the best date she's gone on so far, and I think it's going really well. These two have just decided to, you know, come and do a little bit of skating together. It's a shame they can't do any like tricks together, but oh my gosh, she stacked it. But I love this because when they were children, they did the exact same thing. They came skating together, and I think it's even like the thumbnail for one of my videos, and I just love that they're here recreating all these memories together. It's just so cute. All the lights have come on. Oh, this is so nice. Natalie's left. Maybe she saw these two, you know, like exchanging eyes, and she's like, I'll give them a little bit of time together. But Neve is actually starting to need to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna let her jump off, go use the bathroom. And how are we doing for our date? We've still got an hour, and I feel like we definitely won't want to cut this one short. She's like, she wants to make the most of it. She's been thinking about, you know, this date for ages now. She's definitely been wanting to do this for a long time. So we might come and potentially grill some food. Or should we just, you know, use a vending machine? We'll just purchase a hot drink over here. Oh, she's decided to stop going to the toilet because of that. Okay, well, I guess she's gonna get her food first and then go to the bathroom. Noel is still over here just skating. He's probably, you know, trying to like work on his skills a little bit because he keeps stacking it, and he's like, I don't want to embarrass myself, you know, because he is definitely crushing on her back. But it is almost the end of our day, and it was so successful, and I feel like there's definitely another one in store for these two because they did. Their romance did build, but not like a huge amount. They're definitely still very much taking it slow, and I love that for them, not like rushing into it, especially because their future is so unknown. And they don't know where they're gonna lead, and they don't want to risk anything. They are taking it really slow. They don't want to push themselves, and I absolutely adore that. These two have just decided to come over and make a snow pal together, you know, enjoy their date. I think their date has officially ended. But you know, they're making the most of their time. It is getting a little bit late, so they probably should think about getting home. I mean, Noel's parents knows where he is because they came and spied on him. But our parents, they know that they trust us. They have a lot of trust in us, so they know we'll come back home at a decent time. But we probably should think about getting home soon. She is getting tired anyway, and she does have school tomorrow where she wants to make that last push and get her grades. But here we go there. Oh my gosh. There's snowball together. It's amazing. But I think we might just, you know, have a bit of a chat with Noel before we head back home. Look at him. He's honestly, he's like really feeling himself. He's still really flirty. So we might come over and just do a little bit of we'll blow our kiss to him and be like, good night, we'll see you tomorrow at school. I honestly cannot get over the way she is looking at him right now. But I think this is a good note to end the episode on. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I'd love to hear your thoughts about Neve's future. The next episode is going to be the season 1 finale. Neve will have her last day of school, and then she will age up into a young adult, and we will be officially finished with Generation 1, which is so exciting. I can't wait for it, and I really hope you're as excited as I am. If you did enjoy this episode though, please do make sure to leave a like and comment down below and let me know what you think. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. It means so much to me, and I will speak to you all in another video. Bye everyone!